you are about to file a lawsuit against Blake's publicist, Leslie Sloan. Are we correct? And if so, is it a similar allegation to the New York Times case?
She'll definitely be sued. There's no question about that. I mean, it's just a matter of when and for what, and whether she's included with others or not. And frankly, I'm not prepared to give up our legal strategy.
Justin Baldoni has just scored his third major courtroom victory, and the fallout has sent Blake Lively into a panic. What happened in court, and why is Blake scrambling to manage the aftermath? This time, she tried to gain access to Justin's personal phone records, his texts and calls, hoping to find something to use against him. But the judge wasn't having it. In a ruling that had Justin's legal team celebrating, the court rejected Blake's request, deeming it overly invasive and unnecessary. Now, the pressure is mounting, and Blake is feeling the heat.
Breaking news, Justin Baldoni just got a big win, meaning Blake Lively got a big loss.
Blake and her team thought they had a solid plan, targeting Justin's call logs, emails, and private messages, hoping to prove he was behind some elaborate smear campaign against her. They even sent subpoenas to major phone companies like Verizon and T-Mobile, demanding years of records. But the judge wasn't convinced. He ruled that her request was nothing more than a fishing expedition, an attempt to uncover something incriminating, whether it was there or not. The court called it a privacy invasion and rejected the request.
Counsel for Ms. Lively has made it clear that Ms. Lively does not want Mr. Friedman to be the attorney who takes her deposition. Essentially, the judge agreed and told her lawyer that she does not get to choose who deposes her.
This ruling is a major win for Justin, who has been tirelessly working to clear his name. For Blake, though, it's another courtroom loss, and with each defeat, her case weakens. U.S. District Judge Lewis Lemon didn't hold back in his ruling, stating Blake had no legitimate reason to demand Justin's phone records. In his detailed 6-page decision, the judge emphasized that even without the content, phone records can reveal sensitive information, such as contacts with doctors, psychologists, and personal acquaintances. He concluded that Blake hadn't justified such an extensive and invasive request.
Quietly working with Nick Shapiro, the CIA's former deputy chief of staff and senior advisor to former director John Brennan. So this guy, high up, just about as high up as you could possibly get if he is the deputy chief of staff.
To break it down simply, Blake's fishing expedition has failed. Justin's attorney, Brian Fredman, wasted no time celebrating the big win. In a statement, he said the court shut down Blake's blatant privacy invasion, calling it a major victory that further proved her claims had no merit. And honestly, he's right. This is Justin's third major courtroom victory, and with each loss, Blake's case unravels further. Instead of accepting defeat, Blake's team is now doubling down, questioning why Justin is so adamant about not handing over his records.
You are going to depose Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Taylor Swift, who else?
Anyone that reasonably has information that can be, that can provide evidence in this case is going to be deposed.
That's Taylor Swift. She was there for that meeting.
She was there for that meeting.
Okay, well, I'm a lawyer. I know what that means.
A spokesperson for Blake quickly fired back, asking, "What is Brian Fredman trying to hide?" They pointed out that Fredman promised to release all the receipts, but then fought to keep Justin's phone records hidden, records that allegedly show who Justin and his associates were calling during their supposed retaliation campaign. The spokesperson argued that Blake's team felt entitled.
Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion.
Entitled to request 2.5 years of call history and expressed frustration with the ruling.
Actor-director Justin Baldoni is now suing his former co-star Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds, seeking more than $400 million in damages, accusing them of defamation and extortion.
They added that the judge ruled they could obtain the records if they made more specific requests, instead of getting them directly from the phone companies. Now, they're following the judge's advice and sending requests directly to the defendants, eager to finally access the records. It's clear Blake isn't backing down, but it seems like she's feeling the pressure to find something to strengthen.
Actress Blake Lively is accusing co-star and director Justin Baldoni of sexual harassment and a smear campaign stemming from their work together on the summer movie It Ends With Us.
To strengthen her case. After the judge denied her access to Justin's phone records, Blake hired former CIA Deputy Chief of Staff Nick Shapiro to manage her PR crisis. She knows time is running out and needs something on Justin, both to present to the judge and protect her public image.
Allegedly, Target is claiming customers are returning Blake Lively's hair care line, Blake Brown, in droves. So they are pulling all of her merchandise off their shelves because they are losing profit.
Can Shapiro save Blake Lively's sinking ship? Well, he's not your typical Hollywood publicist. He's a high-level crisis manager who's worked with top government officials and A-list celebrities, guiding them through scandals and media storms. For Blake to bring him on at this stage shows just how much pressure she's under.
Like, hi, have you met Brian Friedman yet? I know I haven't, but I wouldn't try this. Judge Lehman responds to this order, and he just slaps her down.
Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion.
In a world where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
Here's the ironic part: hiring Nick Shapiro might actually backfire for Blake. The public knows that Shapiro has a history that suggests he might not be the most trustworthy person. This move could raise more questions about Blake's handling of the situation and may do more harm than good.
Justin Baldoni suing the New York Times for an article reporting Blake Lively's claims that he directed a smear campaign against her during the press campaign. Baldoni's lawsuit calling the article rife with inaccuracies, misrepresentations, and omissions, relying on Lively's, quote, self-serving narrative.
Now, Taylor Swift, who used to be one of Blake Lively's closest friends, has been dragged into the drama. Sources close to the case reveal that Justin's team is compiling a list of potential witnesses who might be subpoenaed, and Taylor's name keeps coming up. It looks like the situation is getting messier with more big names being pulled in.
What Lively parties conspicuously failed to mention is that the now pending litigation in Texas was precipitated by Miss Lively, who initiated legal action against Mr. Wallace in Texas state court on January 21st. Approximately 2 weeks before he filed his federal lawsuit.
Remember, Taylor has publicly supported Blake throughout this ordeal, and there's even speculation that she may have quietly funded some of Blake's legal efforts. Now, Justin's legal team may argue that Taylor played a role in shaping the public narrative against him. Legal experts suggest it wouldn't be surprising if Taylor is subpoenaed for her communication records, emails, or even testimony about what she knew and when she knew it. Things are definitely getting more complicated for everyone involved. But here's the big question: will Taylor fight it? Insiders say she absolutely will. Taylor has spent years keeping her legal battles private, and she's not about to let this one pull her into the spotlight. However, if the court deems her a key witness, she might not have much of a choice. Blake's late.
Anyways, Judge Lehman responds to this order, and he slaps down. He just slaps her down. I don't know what else to say. Probably because he probably doesn't take kind to just being manipulated. You know, you should have been like, I want an extension because I don't have any proof.
Latest loss hasn't gone unnoticed. Reputable magazines like The Hollywood Reporter and Variety have covered the case extensively, with many in the industry now wondering if Blake has anything left to fight with. The Hollywood Reporter's latest cover story painted Blake as a desperate actress grasping at straws. Blake's team quickly responded, calling the coverage sexist and degrading. They argued that this type of media treatment is why so many women are afraid to come forward.
One of those intended parties, Jed Wallace, along with his company Street Relations, filed an anticipatory and meritless 10-page complaint in the federal district court in Texas regarding issues that substantially overlap with the issues in this litigation.
Meanwhile, Justin has remained silent, letting his legal team and the court rulings do the talking. He's already done most of the work gathering the receipts he needs. However, earlier this month, Baldoni admitted that he's been struggling emotionally.
I want to talk about this so we all understand sort of the rights, because clearly Justin's team's going to be out there trying to subpoena Taylor Swift, right? And everybody else that's involved in this case.
Dealing with anxiety after a stressful year. His attorney also revealed that the ongoing legal battle has left him both financially and emotionally drained, highlighting the toll it's taken on him. It's not just his mental health that's suffering, his career has taken a hit too. Sources close to Baldoni claim the lawsuit has cost him 3 major jobs, with potential earnings in the hundreds of millions slipping away. Blake's not faring much better. Her legal team argues that the lawsuit has hurt her career as well, claiming it cost her a hosting gig on Saturday Night Live. It's clear that this lawsuit is no longer just a PR nightmare, it's becoming a career killer for both stars. Despite Blake's legal setbacks, the case isn't over yet. But honestly, 3 major court losses in a row don't bode well for her. If she keeps going down this path, she might lose more than just the case, she could lose her reputation. One thing's for sure, Hollywood is watching, and we'll be here bringing you every juicy detail as this drama unfolds. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned.